Hey, what's going on, my friends? Welcome back to Bearski Method. I have an interesting topic for you today. It kind of came up, so I figured, hey, let's go along with it. A lot of you have questions about the filtration, maintenance, and setup. I have a malfunction again on one of the Sun 704B, which I run on all of my tanks. I think it's total like 6 or so now, including the Kariba. So every tank has got 2 filters. One of them seems to have some sort of malfunction. I don't know if you can see it or not, but yeah, very slow flow. I don't know if something's blocking it, or maybe the head unit itself is experiencing some sort of problems. We're gonna find out. And how I do it is basically through process of eliminations, deduction, whatever you want to call it. So we're gonna test it out and see if it's the flow of the, somewhere in the tubes, or the mechanical parts, or maybe we just need to clean it out, adjust the trays, change the flaws, and that's it. So let's get to it. The filter, as you can see, the flow is barely noticeable. Yep, and here's the head unit itself. So what I'm gonna do is disconnect it, and then we'll go from there. Plug it. All right. Let's get it into the sink, where I'll show you how I test it out. Cheers. Basically, I don't want to show you all of my mess, but this is how I set it up. I have an extra spare parts from other filters. Like I said, always keep your, busted down stuff for replacement parts. So I got an extra attachment. I'm just going to basically, run the filter from a bucket full of water, simulating like a fish tank, situation. This will more or less allow me to test whether it's, the head unit's busted, or maybe something in the lines in the fish tank. If the head unit's working, obviously there may be something blocking the lines. I'll get to that next. For now, let's run this test real quick. All right, my friends, I don't know how this is gonna look. Yeah, this is kind of a DIY station. But yeah, I got it to connect. I have to use the clamp so it doesn't move around, because these hoses are real stiff. But as you can see, we have flow. It's pretty good. I would say it's not perfect, but it's pretty solid. There seems to be a little bit of air. There's no air in this hose. There's air from here, so it's grabbing air somewhere inside the unit. I'm assuming there got to be an air leak somewhere. We got to readjust the trays, and we'll try again. So we'll see. All right, so I think I might have found the culprit of my problems. You see this tray right here, the tunnel where the light sits, like all the other ones, it is busted up. It's shattered. I'm not really sure what the heck happened here, but yeah, it's missing parts. So the water is mixing. The old water that's coming in through this, hole, and then it gets sucked up from the top tray. It's getting mixed up, dirty with clean. So that's probably not really working. It's really not functioning as designed. So I'm gonna rearrange and borrow again one of my old trays from the other filters, retired filters, to switch it up and fix it. There's my sponge filter. I only have a sponge in the very bottom tray, and I only use the real thick, coarse stuff. I don't really use any floss down on the bottom. Just 2 layers of really coarse sponge. That's all. All right, let's switch it up. So here it is. I installed one full bag of charcoal to take out any chemicals and such. The other filter is running without, so just one running with some charcoal. I put everything together. I just squeezed out. I basically cleaned the floss, or as I call it, you know, this stuff, and water from the fish tank in a bucket. Just squeeze it out a few times and put it back in. And now we're gonna assemble it and turn it back on, see how it works. All right, so first I'm going to leave it out here, you know, hook it up, see if it works before I tuck it away. But I also made sure I refilled it with water. And now we're gonna connect it back up. That's it. All right, see movement. All right, I see a little bit of movement. Bubbles are moving. Not much is flowing in. Very, very slowly. So we'll give it a few pumps. See if we can get this flowing properly. There it goes. I'm gonna set the camera down so I can get this going, but you get the idea. A close up of the action. There's a little bit of a flow issue still. We gotta get the air out of the hoses. Sometimes it helps to level the hoses out. I think we're almost there. Seems like there's a trouble of water flowing in. I'm looking at that flow intake right there, and it's, you know, if you could see it right there, and it's full of leaves and stuff. This may be a reason why there isn't enough water, but it's a pretty big opening still for it to, nothing's coming in now. Well, we know the filter works. The head unit works. Now we have a really slow flow into the filter. I'm assuming this may be because of the intake being clogged. So let's see if I can remove some of this debris out of the way and help along. Not as easy as you think. Sometimes there's more to it than just one point of failure. In this case, the intake being clogged may contribute to the slow flow of water, but it seems to be picking up a little bit. There's a lot of air pockets sometimes within the canister itself, so it takes a while for, you know, things to kind of fill in and the air escape, the bubbles escape, so and so. All right. I removed some of the debris out of the way. And now we'll work on getting this filter working properly. Issue with why is this should definitely not be leaking this much. I'm gonna tip it over. That's weird. All right, a little teeter-totter. Hopefully that'll there we go. Now we got some speed. All right. Yeah, you can see now the water is starting to flow a little faster. Still not that it's optimal, but we got flow. It's gonna, you know, basically air itself out, or you know, bubble out and then start flowing like it should, similarly to this one. So yeah, there we go. I think we got this almost under control. Almost there. Just a few more air bubbles. I'm gonna let this level out and then tuck it back in. All right, so real quick, just to show you how, yep, the flow has greatly improved. It's virtually back to its best flow yet. So there it is, quick repair completed. Today's episode dedicated to repairs, DIY repairs and whatnot on your filtration systems. I know a lot of you probably wondering, you know, how I sustain such clean water with the messy live feedings and everything else, or in such a heavy populated 17 plus diplacos, you know, fish tank full of fish, yet the water is pristine. So this is how it is. Canister filters, excuse me, canister filters are awesome, inexpensive if you get the right kind, and definitely a workhorse. So a little maintenance here and there, once every 6 months or so, and you can keep your fish tank in pristine conditions. My friends, I appreciate you stopping by. I mentioned about, you know, throwing in a variety of topics. I hope this is one of the topics that you guys are interested in, and more on the big build. Finally, the coating, the sealant should be here any day now. I just checked the tracking and it's en route. Anyway, I'm going to seal it, fiberglass, all that corner and everything else, and we'll be moving on to installing the glass, which will be another huge endeavor. Like I said, my friends, stick around, stay tuned. If you are new here, please subscribe. My name is Marek, and this is my channel. Everyone calls me Bear or Bearski, and basically, it's a wrap.